All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to 15 Minutes to Fame. My name is mikO Tolliver. I'm here with Yanna.
What up?
Or do you want to go by A?
Yanna.
Yanna?
This is now the third name I think that you know me by.
That's the third name. Okay, tell me. Wait, first of all, 15 Minutes of Fame here. I'm here. My name's mikO. I started as a singer-songwriter. I moved to film. I do all kinds of stuff. I'm straight up on this artist hustle. And I found another artist here to come hang out with me on my podcast. So, again, thank you for tuning in. Follow, like, subscribe. Check me out at www.mikotolliver.com. Follow me online. But I found a friend, and I kept saying I was going to find a friend. So now, Yanna.
Yes.
Tell me, what is Yanna? What is that? Because that's your artist hustle.
Well, my name is Yanna.
Okay.
So, like, you know me by A.
A.
Some people know me by Yanna. Some people know me by Yan.
Okay.
But as far as, like, the socials and the stage name, it is Yanna.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
right.
people really, although it's Yanna, it's often like, Yanna. It's like, that's not my name.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yanna.
And you're from Florida, right?
Yes, I am. Duval.
Duval?
Yes.
Is that like a county or?
It is.
Okay.
Jacksonville, Florida, also known as Duval County.
Okay, and we're here in California. How did you end up in California?
Work.
Work?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
Nonprofit education work.
Nonprofit educational work. I would have to say, so I've known you since maybe, let's see, right now we're in February. I've known you since probably about June. Mm-hmm. And that was like 6 months after I got laid off from my nonprofit job. I would have to say I'm in this place now. I've decided I don't want to do any more nonprofit work. Now, not ever again. And I respect nonprofit because it's a task that needs to be done. I just don't feel like my heart is in it. So if we think about like the artist hustle, I know what it's like for you to be working kind of in that nonprofit world, but also pursuing like your artist hustle. Tell me first about you as an artist. Like what is Yanna? Because that's your art.
What is Yanna? So I grew up as a musician, so in the band, playing drums in church, and then
you're a church drummer?
Yeah, I am.
I didn't know that. Hey, okay.
Then quads in the marching band, French horn and symphonic band. So like music was always in me.
Okay.
As was writing. So then like rapping just naturally became. I really hate that term. It just feels like it's so
like being a rapper.
Yeah.
You don't like to be a rapper?
I mean, I like to say lyricist or MC.
Okay.
That's
but, cool.
You know, started rapping or whatnot.
Do you feel like rapper is just like not high enough a level of where you're trying to like present yourself, or
pretty much? Yeah.
Okay.
It just kind of feels like juvenile,
really,
if you will. Yeah, because I mean anyone can be a rapper.
I don't know, you haven't heard me rap.
Like,
I can't do it.
I mean, well, you could probably like rhyme to a rhythm.
I can't. I can mumble though, and I'm fresh at that.
Well, that shit is hot right now.
Right? That's my jam. I love the mumble. I love that mumble rap. Okay, but you're a lyricist. You're MC. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I do feel like music is just a connecting factor, and I'm a connector.
Yeah.
So it's like, let me take something artistic, creative that I love, and then just do what comes naturally. And music comes naturally, so it just feels like a organic thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so do you make your own beats?
I will. So yes and no. I will tell a producer, like, this is what I'm hearing. So my voice notes are very long with multiple like hums and beatboxes and lyrics and stuff. But I'll like give it over to someone else to say, can you bring this to life?
Okay. So you can beatbox.
Yeah,
So you know what I'm about to say.
I would have to do it.
Let me hit me with a little beat. Tell you
gonna,
what. So
you gonna rap though?
I'm not gonna rap. Well, maybe I might mumble, but then I might put in a little guitar solo.
Okay.
Yeah, you should. I love the look in her eyes, just like okay, let's go down this rabbit hole. I don't know what you got.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Mid tempo.
I don't know. You're. Oh wow. Okay. My name is mikO. Welcome to the show. 15 minutes to fame. Let's go, though. Don't you know, coming here with my friends, hanging out. Yeah, we be doing it since way back when. Staying healthy, staying legit, keeping our minds together. Yeah, we with it.
Hey,
That's
That's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. That's mine.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I got it. I feel good. I feel good about that. All right.
As do I.
All right, good. Okay, cool. All right. So then how long have you been a lyricist?
Probably since like 11 or 12 years old.
Really?
The first on stage performance I had was in 8th grade for I laugh because as a heavy weed smoker, for a drug-free pep rally.
Was it like Dare or something?
It wasn't Dare. It was something else, but we rapped to Backyard Boogie.
Okay.
It was like me, one other girl, and maybe like 4 or 5 guys.
And it was like an anti-drug. Are you laughing because you're not anti-drug anymore? Or?
Correct.
Correct. Okay, wait.
Correct.
Wait, I understand what you're going through that. So I was in this abstinence group. And it was like a theater abstinence group. So we were supposed to learn these like little skits to promote abstinence, and then we were supposed to go to schools and like put on the plays. I never actually got to the point where I went to the schools. I just went to the rehearsals. But I do remember being in like my church's like teen group. I went to this teen group. It was totally like this white group, and they were talking about abstinence. And this guy speaker came in, one of the youth pastors, like, yeah, you could do peaches just like that, or you could do alfalfa, or you could do all this other stuff. He's like, but if you just keep it at peaches, you'll be good. And I remember thinking, fuck that. And I was a virgin at the time too, so I was just like, no,
right.
No, that's not the point. That's not where I'm getting to. So it's all right.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, but it was a way for you to like perform, right?
Yes.
I think that's probably how people kind of start, right?
Yeah, you just show up as you're being asked, as the opportunity comes.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And you can find yourself in these kind of like, I'm not really for this group, but you know what? I'm meeting people here. It's not a bad message. My thing is, if they paying, I'm playing.
Hey.
Right?
You know, as long as it's not like Trump and them. But
no, it's not like Trump and them, or you
gotta have boundaries.
Yeah, that's where you. Okay, so that's where my boundary is. I don't do any Leonard Skinner. Which is another. It's another Florida. I guess that's another Florida group. Because I don't like that song, "Sweet Home Alabama." Not that I have anything against Alabama, but I think that I don't like seeing that song performed and all these Confederate flags with their crowd, and they're like, "Yeah, we're rednecks." Which okay, they're rednecks. I don't have no problem with that. But like, it starts to feel like a Confederate anthem. Right. And then I've even seen a documentary on them. And then when all the lower thirds were coming up, introducing like their names and stuff, they would be like have little Confederate flags on them. I'm like, why would I promote? Like, no, I don't. Yeah. So I get you. Yeah. You don't want to do Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, I don't. No
cool.
Leonard Skinner. Yeah. Okay.
Boundaries.
No more Freebird. We don't do that either. Okay. Good.
Okay.
All right. Keep going. So now, tell me kind of some of the things that you've done in your artist hustle, or you're just like, this is how I've kind of made my way.
When I think about probably one of the happiest times in my life, I didn't have a full-time job. So talking about nonprofit work, I think I'm over it for the time being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like before a full-time job, adult job, I was working probably like 3 or 4 side hustles, one of which was doing like PR work for an independent label out in Atlanta. And artists who we were working with then are now like very known, folks. So it got me exposure to what it looks like to do the grind work from the ground up, and I will say, though, I didn't actually probably build a performance confidence until I moved to the Bay, if I'm being honest.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, like, I love recording. So I can recall, like, recording in some of the nicest studios or, like, recording in a closet that was 2 feet by 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? And you're, like, sweating, and it's just, like, you got to open the door to be like, wait, what'd you say? You want me to do it again?
Do it again? Okay.
But those are the things I think I miss that, because it does feel like now anyone can put anything out.
Really?
And it just feels kind of like, what is the identity of an artist who like comes from what it was to have to make shit that was about something in order for people to say like, oh yeah, you deserve to have a platform, sort of thing, versus anybody has a platform now.
Okay, so my response to that, and this is a reference to one of my favorite artists. You hear my dog in the background. She always does a little spot with us. All right, so as you reference, anybody who can just do it now. I'm thinking one of the greatest Florida artists of all time. One of the greatest artists of all time, but he's from Florida. You know who I'm going to say?
I don't know.
T-Pain.
Okay.
I love T-Pain.
Yes, we love T-Pain.
Yeah,
he's
you're from
now
Florida.
doing like a lot of different. He's catering to a different audience now. Yeah. So his performances aren't what they used to be. But yes, shout out to T-Pain.
I mean, but when he first came out, I wasn't really into him. I was like, I'm in love with a stripper. And I was like, whatever, it's like auto-tune, whatever. But I ended up falling in love with it. I was working at a place as a music analyst, and they made me listen to his album to like add it to our system. And I listened to the whole thing. I remember he had, what really drew me to him is he had a few tracks. He was trying to educate people about HIV awareness. And I was like, okay, you trying to teach people. Okay, I'm with it. And from then, I've just been hooked. So he could put out the silliest shit ever. I don't care.
He's a great singer, too.
He's a great artist.
Yes.
But I know he is like the king of like auto-tune. He actually says he went through this deep depression because he was backstage somewhere or whatever, and he encountered Usher, who came up to him and was just all like, man, you kind of fucked up music. Now just anybody can do it. And he says like after that, he got depressed. And it just wasn't the same anymore. And I hear that comment of like, just anybody can do it. That kind of sucks because you don't want to just give a platform to anybody. But then also the flip side of it for me is that like there were some people out there who did deserve a platform and for whatever reason didn't have the look, wasn't the right age, maybe
facts.
Yeah, like maybe they're queer or something. And it was so much the corporate, there was like the big wigs were so in control of everything that we weren't being able to see those things. So I hear what you say that just anybody can do it. And that's a way kind of to like think about it. I don't think about it like that so much. Yeah, anybody listening, you can probably hear my dog drinking some water in the background because she's always here.
Hydration is key.
Yeah, shout out to Queenie. Yeah, last time I said follow her on social media. It's at Queenie Cupcake _Bulldog. But I mean, I like that people have a chance now because there are some people who are not connected. And I would have to say, from my experience, I don't know about you, there's totally the like nepotism, the secret society, the clique who are already in, and they're kind of just like no new people, no outsiders. And I've seen countless artists. So I think that's amazing what they're doing. But they just don't have that platform. Or some people kind of like really good artists, but it takes them forever and they just kind of have to suffer. I mean, if you think of like Van Gogh, he wasn't famous until after he died. Think about so many artists.
Bob Marley.
No, Bob Marley was famous.
I mean, he was, but I feel like post-mortem.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's because he died so early, right?
Right.
Or think of the writer Octavia Butler.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
She was on some next level shit, right? But she didn't get to see any of her fame. And you just think about the struggle. You're an artist. You know what that's like to go through and try to make it. She was trying to do the exact same thing, and then it did finally take off. But by the time that happened, just life had been cruel to her, and she had lost it. She got sick. She didn't get to see that. So there's a platform for just anybody now. And I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it's going to be good and bad to each scenario.
I mean, to your point, it's great that people who did not have the access or the platform or were getting undermined because of looks or whatever the case may be, they have a chance now. I'm all for that. And I think like a stat is like maybe like 80,000 something songs come out on streaming platforms a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is just kind of like, as an artist, when you talk about an Octavia Butler or someone else, and this is maybe just like a reflection thought for later, but like, so what is it for you? Let me ask you, as an artist, knowing that it's so saturated, knowing that you may not get notoriety or recognition or an audience in the present moment or at all, what keeps people, why keep going?
Why keep going? Okay, that's a good question. Tune into the next episode of 15 Minutes to Fame, where I continue my conversation with YannaT, and I explain to her why I do keep doing this. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, like, and follow, and support me on Patreon so we can keep the party going. All right, I'm mikO Tolliver, and thanks for checking out 15 Minutes to Fame.